What's going on, everyone? CameronBlazeIt here, welcoming you to AABL Week 8. Yes, Week 8 is already here. I am the coach of the San Antonio Salandits, and today we are taking on Ruppy, coach of the Columbus Swoo. He is currently 5-2. We're sitting here at 4-3. We're not too far out of this. We're currently 3rd in our division. Yes, we are 3rd in our division, or conference, or whatever you want to call it. Currently ahead of the New York Meloetas by a total, not by just a little bit of differential. It's pretty close, but we're currently sitting at 3rd, so a win here would be really, really nice. But he's currently 2nd in our division, so, you know, played Cody 2 weeks ago. Now we got to played Helen, who was 5th place, and now we're playing Ruppy, who was 2nd place. So we've had some really good competition lately. Been liking it a lot. But to go over his team real quick, the 6 Pokemon he decides to not bring, because he has a really good team. One of his things he doesn't bring, though, is his Jolteon. I'm kind of glad Jolteon doesn't come, because Jolteon was kind of a threat to me in team building. You know, like a Life Orb Jolteon was pretty scary, but, you know, like Beedrill can kill it because it will outspeed it, and Jolteon's relatively pretty freaking frail, if I do say so myself. He doesn't bring his Slurpuff. Slurpuff, I'm not too surprised. Again, we have a Mega Beedrill. I didn't prep for it at all, I'm not going to lie. I saw Slurpuff and I said, there's no way Slurpuff is coming against me, and I just moved on. So, really glad he didn't bring it, like, hindsight, because I kind of built a team that gets 6-0'd by Slurpuff, but it's all good. He doesn't bring his Lantern. Lantern was a bit for me. I mean, it could have came, I mean, our water type's Empoleon, so if he would have brought it, it would have been Water Absorb, in my opinion. Or he would have brought in, because our Coco could have had, like, the Grass Knot or something like that, so, you know, I don't know. But he doesn't bring his Dragonite. This one I was really glad did not see. Dragonite does not come. Just really hard-hitting Pokemon, really bulky with the what's called ability. With the Marvel, no, not Marvel Scale. What the hell is it called? It's like, God, it's Dragonite gets Multi-Scale, not Marvel Scale, Multi-Scale. So, you know, like, really bulky, hard to break down, but it's called Multi-Scale, right? Or am I just being an idiot? I don't know. Doesn't bring his Claydol. His best form of hazard removal is his Claydol, along with his Pelipper, which he does bring. Claydol also provides them rocks and stuff like that. You know, just a ground Psychic type, Levitate, kind of a bit of weakness to our Mega Beedrill. And he also doesn't bring his Magmortar. Magmortar is something I know very, very well. Very hard-hitting fire type. Can actually Oko Mega Aggron, which doesn't apply here, but that's a fun fact that you probably didn't know, but you know. Yeah, the 6 Pokemon you do bring, as you can see, he has his Mienshao. Mienshao's a very hard-hitting Pokemon, very fast. Typically ran Scarf or Life Orb with a Regenerator. Can be like Reckless, High Jump Kick, Fake Out, you know, Life Orb shenanigans. He brings his Mega Venusaur. Very, very bulky Pokemon, hard for us to break down. We brought some threats. It also can be offensive, physical or special. You never know which side it's going to bring. It brings us Type Null, 95 defenses, 95 HP, EV Light user, really bulky, really slow but really bulky. Really good coverage moves like Thunder Wave, Parting Shot, stuff like that. He brings us Jirachi, base 100 across the board, Iron Head shenanigans, stuff like that. Pivot with U-turn, can actually be run physical and special, can Calm Mind, Scarf Flinching, you know, just the annoyance of it. Brings us Pelipper, it's his range setter for his Kingdra, which we're actually planning to use against us, but you'll see that in a second. Pelipper hits very, very not that hard, but, you know, gets 100% accurate moves, and Hurricane, and Scald boosted in the rain, can be like Defog U-turn, that's what I'm thinking. And he brings us Kingdra. Kingdra is probably the biggest threat to our team outside of the Mienshao. Mienshao has very few swap-ins on my team. But Kingdra can be ran multiple ways. It can be run physical, it can be special, it can be focus energy, it can Dragon Dance, it can just be fully special. In terms, I thought he would bring I'm pretty sure he's going to bring a Dragon Dance one, because it sets up Dragon Dance, and my team kind of struggles against that, especially in the rain, so we're going to have to be careful around that. To go over the 6 Pokemon we brought, you might be looking on the far left and you'd be like, why do you have a Pangoro? So, we have dropped Meloetta for Pangoro because we needed a dark type on the team, first of all. Pangoro Hood's very hard, and I was really shocked that I was still on the board, and Meloetta was sort of dead weight in my opinion. I know we have 3 fighting types on the team now, but fighting spam is never a bad thing. Because, I mean, at this point, my bird spam weakness is already weak enough. I just can't fix it, but hopefully we don't have to dwell about that. But, I mean, he does bring a Pelipper, so I have no Hurricane resist, but it's, again, just a Pelipper. I'm not too worried. To go over the team, we're bringing Pooh the Pangoro, holding the Life Orb with Mold Breaker, with 44 HP, max attack, 212 speed, adamant nature with knockoff, bullet punch, ice punch, and parting shot. Bullet punch was there for the Slurpuff. I said I didn't prep for it, but that was the only thing I really put on there. Because his knockoff swap-in is Mienshao in Mega Venusaur. And Mega Venusaur with a knockoff plus ice punch has a chance to kill him because of the Mold Breaker. Because Mega Venusaur typically has Thick Fat, but now we have Mold Breaker, so that's pretty lit. Parting shot for pivoting options as well, because you never know when you just like predict the swap, parting shot out, weaken them, and then you can go into like setup. Bringing Cyclone, running Fire EMZ yet again with the Regenerator, 8 HP, 252 special attack, 248 speed, modest nature. This thing speeds his entire thing, bearing Scarfers. Rocking the Hurricane Heatwave Grass Knot U-Turn. Max HP Jirachi takes about 75% from Z, the Fire EMZ, so that's a Hurricane plus Rocks plus the Z Hurricane. So, I mean, not Z Hurricane, Z Heatwave. If it's not a max HP, it will die, so that's pretty lit in my opinion, so we need to make sure it's not in rain. We're bringing Mismagius, running an Assault Vest with Levitate with 252 special attack, 40 special defense, 212 timid nature speed, with Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, HP Ice. HP Ice was for the Dragonite, Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam for, you know, Stab, and Dazzling Gleam for the Mienshao, not Mienshao, the Kingdra. And Psychic actually hits Mega Venusaur pretty hard. Depending on a spread, it can 2-ko, but I'm predicting a bulkier variant, so it might do like 45%. Bring an X-Ray Mega Beedrill with 104 HP, 252 attack, 152 speed, Jolly Nature, Poison Jab, U-Turn, X-Scissor, Swords Dance, U-Turn for Pivot, Poison Jab, and X-Scissor for just general coverage, as he has no swap into the two of them, and Swords Dance just to set up. SD Beedrill actually has a really good matchup this week. It outspeeds his entire team and can kill everything after a Swords Dance, which is really, really nice. Spiky Cranberg, Dredagon's making another come with Leftovers. Rough Skin, 248 HP, 16 attack, 244 Impish defense with Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Glare. You know, getting rocks up, slowing down his like Kingdra or Jirachi would be really, really cool. Getting rocks up is helpful for like what's it called? Just like getting KOs and stuff like that. And Nutcracker's coming. Chestnut has done really well this season, holding the Leftovers with Bulletproof with 232 at HP, 200 attack, 76 defense, Impish Nature, Thunder Punch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Spikes. No Stab, 3 attacks is, I mean, he has nothing weak to any of our stabs he brought, so there was no need to bring Stab. I've always said that if you can run coverage over Stab, I'd do that. But Thunder Punch, Oko's the Pelipper, Earthquake, Oko's Jirachi, Dragon Claw does a crap ton to the, it doesn't Oko Jirachi, but it does a lot. It does a crap ton to the Kingdra. You know, Dragon Claw does a good amount, so everything else, like Thunder Punch, isn't really there. And then Spikes, you know, Spikes to get up would be really nice if we can set up some Spikes, so. Leads on his end, I'm predicting maybe a Mega Venusaur, just so he can get his Mega Evolution off. He can also lead like a Jirachi, so I was going to lead my Mismagius to just kind of like scout out what he wants to do. And we can live any hit because of our Assault Vest, so let's get into it. So we're going to lead Mismagius, as he does lead this Venusaur, and I want to see what kind of set this is, so I'm going to fire off a big Psychic right here. And it does about that 45% I thought it would, and he's going to go for a Giga Drain here. Now, I was thinking he doesn't want me to 2-ko him right here, so I go for a Shadow Ball, predicting him to actually swap to Jirachi. So I'm going to kind of over-predict there, as he does just Synthesis up, so we kind of make a misplay early on. So I'm going to have to swap out right here so I don't take another Giga Drain, and I go straight to Cyclone, as he makes a swap out into his Type Null, so really good play on his part. We could have fired off a Psychic there. But we're going to U-turn out, we're going to see it's actually a max HP, max defense, I believe it was. So we need to go to Pangoro and knock off this Eviolite to wear him down, scare him out with a fighting move, but he actually goes for Thunder Wave, which kind of sucks. I predict I'm going to go to Venusaur here, predicting my fighting move, and I'm going to actually get paralyzed. I went for Ice Punch there. Kind of sucks. But we're going to have to swap out, go to Dredagon. I don't want to take a hit, and Dredagon's going to take 41%. We see Sludge Bomb, so that means Chestnut can swap into it relatively free. I want to get my rocks up. I know he's going to swap here, so I'm just going to go straight for my rocks. As he goes into his Pelipper, we can live any hit here, and a Dragon Claw is going to be kind of vital for like damage, but I think I go for Glare here. Yeah, I go for Glare as he defogs away our rocks, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, I can just sit him right here. So now we're faster. I actually predicted him to swap, but he didn't. And he's going to fire up a Hurricane. He's going to do 41%, so that's big damage. Just kidding, it doesn't do much. I want to get my rocks back up, so I do. I just that, and he's gonna fire off another hurricane here, breaking through all the paralysis twice or something like that. I'm gonna fire off a Dragon Claw. I'm gonna do very little damage, and he's gonna go for defog. He's broken out 3 turns in a row now. No, can't do much about that. And we're gonna put our rocks back up, and he breaks out again. Just can't get any luck with these para hacks, I swear. So I'm gonna go Tornadoes. Hurricane will do a good amount to anything that comes in. He's gonna go to Jirachi, and Hurricane's gonna fire off. It will not miss because of the rain, and it does about 25%. So he's in range for our Z Heat Wave, except for we see leftovers, and we can't fire it off right now because it's in the rain. So I'm gonna fire off another one, and he's gonna be confused, and he breaks through and gives an Iron Head off. So he does about 55%. Now I can fire off right here, but I'm actually predicting him to swap. So I'm just going to go for U-turn, so I make a big misplay right here by not killing the Jirachi, as I'm going to go straight to Chestnut here, and he's going to break through and fire off an Iron Head. So yeah, we're at a good amount, so he's confused yet again and goes for U-turn. He's breaking through everything. That's, I think, 7 things he's broken through, but I play safe. I go for Earthquake. I was actually predicting a Zen, but I guess he doesn't have it. He swaps into our Earthquake relatively free. I can fire off a Thunder Punch here and kill him, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Crit does not matter, as it would have killed him no matter what. But Nutcracker's sitting really high. He's going to go to his Kingdra here, and we're going to pause it real quick. So I don't want him to set up, and Dragon Claw does about 75% here, which is enough to where I can then go to like my Pangoro and click Bullet Punch, and it will kill him. It might do more. I can't remember off the top of my head what the calc was, but it wouldn't have killed him, but Bullet Punch from Pangoro would have. I just would have broken out. Or Miss Magius could have lived the hit, it's whatever. But I cannot let him set up for here, so I'm actually going to fire off a Dragon Claw. And he's going to reveal he's special, so I'm actually kind of happy he's special. But, so he's going to kill our Chestnut, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to go to Miss Magius here. He's going to fire off a Surf. We're going to live it because we're Assault Vesting. He's going to take a Life Orb hit. We're going to fire off a Dazzling Gleam, and we got the kind of lower end of a mid-roll, but it's whatever. He's going to fire off a Surf, and he's actually going to trade Kingdra for Miss Magius, which is fine by me, honestly. If that means I don't have to deal with it, I'm perfectly fine as Discord goes off. But Cyclone's going to come in here, and he's actually going to go to type Null. And again, I can't Hurricane because I don't want to get statused. So I'm going to click U-turn, and I'm going to go straight into my Pangoro. And he makes this good prediction right here, and he actually goes for Return, and it's going to do a good amount. Now, last time he went to Venusaur, and I'm going to predict that yet again and go for an Ice Punch real quick. Going to get big damage off, and he's actually going to get paralyzed again. So all those turns he was paralyzed and confused, he breaks through. And we break through once out of 3 turns, and we're going to die to Life Orb. But this gives us a great chance to go into our Mega Beedrill and set up. It was more of a 50-50. I thought he'd attack, but we're going to set up a Swords Dance here. I probably should have just attacked. Doesn't really matter, but we're going to get the Swords Dance off, and now we are sitting really good because we have to beat his entire team. We Oko his entire team. Poison Jab is going to come off. It does 71%. He's going to fire off an HP Fire, and it does nothing. We're going to drink it. X-Scissor is going to come off, and he's going to be down to 9%. So we're going to look at his team. Type Null will die to a Poison Jab or X-Scissor. Jirachi will die to a X-Scissor, and Mienshao dies to a Poison Jab. So we're looking fine and dandy. Except for he brings in his Mienshao, which makes me want to think he has a Fake Out or Bullet Punch, or he's Choice Scarfed. Now, if he's Choice Scarfed, the only move he can go for here is Stone Edge. And he'd have to land 2 Stone Edges. And Stone Edge doesn't kill my Tornadoes at full. So, what this means is, we can still win this match. We're down, but we can win this match. So, we're going to say if this thing is Scarfed, and if it is, then we're gonna be in a lot of trouble if he goes for Stone Edge, which he does. So he has the Stone Edge. He's Choice Scarf Stone Edge. So the calc for Stone Edge right here is like, I think it's like 82 to 100.3%, which means he would have to actually get the absolute max roll in order to kill me. And Cyclone's Hurricane will obviously kill him. Now, I actually go for the Fire Neem Z right here, so that way I didn't miss. It does kill Mienshao, and regular Heat Wave will kill Jirachi from previous damage and all that stuff. And then 2 Hurricanes actually kill Type Null as well, so that's really good. So I was thinking like, oh, he can miss a Stone Edge. We'll be around like 20%. We can get it confused. He can hit himself. I was asking for a little bit, but as you can see, he lands it. Not only does he land it, but he gets a crit. So our luck this match really wasn't the greatest. I mean, we broke out once out of 3 turns of being paralyzed, and both times we made the proper play by going for Ice Punch. It just really sucks because he didn't get paralyzed. I don't think he got fully paralyzed or hit himself in confusion once. He might have done it one time, but like, there's not much I can do. So good game to Ruppy. He moves up to 6-2. We move down to 4-4. We're on a bit of a losing streak. Not losing streak. Just the past 4 games we've lost. No, the past 3 games were 2, and we've lost 2 of our last 3. So kind of sucks. But again, good game to Ruppy. Thank you guys for watching. Next week we are playing Callum. We're playing my boy Callum, and yeah, he's doing pretty good. I think he is 5-3 at the time of me recording this. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button down below. We can't spoil them yet, but be prepared. Yeah, hope you guys have a blazing, amazing day. Love you guys. I'm gonna get about. Bye.